Hey friends, welcome once again to JD's Guidance. Friends, we were discussing the risk return relationship where we have already discussed about what is risk, what are the types of risk, how to measure the total risk, and in my last video we have discussed the concept of beta to measure the systematic risk. Friends, do follow my previous videos in order to have a link of this particular video. The link is already there in the description box, you may go through. Now the question is, we have seen in the last video that what is beta? So beta is a measure of systematic risk, and we have seen that beta is actually a relative risk because it tells us the relationship of how a stock behave in relation to the market. With market movement, how much the stock is sensitive. If the stock is very sensitive to the market movement, the stock is very risky. If it is average, it is average risky. If it is less sensitive, we will call it to be less risky. And that was the interpretation of beta. Friends, in this video, we will see how to calculate beta. So friends, just for a recap, we know that beta is equals to 1 is equals to average risky. If the beta is greater than 1, then it is more risky. And if the beta is less than 1, we can say it is less risky. So friends, with this interpretation, today I will tell you how to calculate beta. Now the question is, there are two ways by which we can make the calculation of beta. One is the correlation or covariance method, and the other one is the regression or market model. We can call it regression or market model. So friends, in this video, we will cover how to calculate beta under covariance method as well as under the regression method. Now let me first give you the concept. Covariance method, this is a statistical measure, so we have to find out, suppose in our question we have got say a share price X and the market returns M. Okay, individual stock return and market return is given to us, and for example we have a period from 1 to, say for example, 10 years data are available to us. So what we will do is that we will have some values of the individual stock return and we will have some values of market return. So from these two information, we have to know what is the covariance between these two, and having known the covariance, we will know what is beta. Right? So if we have to follow the covariance method for calculating beta, beta is equals to covariance between what? X and M. Covariance between X and M divided by the variance. As you know, the variance is denoted by this symbol, variance of the market. So this is the formula of beta if we have to know the covariance method of finding beta. So covariance between X and M divided by the variance of the market. Okay. Now under regression model, how do we calculate beta? See, regression model is also known as the market model. So here what happens, we have a total return of, say, Y bar. I'll explain you this is equal to alpha plus beta times, say, M plus E. What does this mean? This means that it's a regression equation. Here we say that this is my total returns. As an investor, I am earning, say, 30 rupees as my total returns. Right? A part of this 30 is fixed. Alpha is fixed. That means it is not related to any market movements, ups and downs. It is maybe the fixed dividend that I am getting from my share. So for example, it is rupees 5 that I get from the share. So the remaining 25 is coming from where? Remaining 25 is because of the market movements, ups and downs I am earning. Right? Now the question is, if this will be the market return, from the market how much average return is expected? And it will be multiplied by the beta of the security, because as we have seen that in the last video, the beta will be either equal to 1 or greater than 1 or less than 1. We will place the value of beta of that particular security multiplied by the market average market return. Okay, suppose I get here, say I get here 20. So 20 plus 5, 25, and the rest is because of adding. So that means that I also have a scope for calculating beta from this regression equation. right? So regression equation or market model says that in a market, if total return is y bar, so alpha is a fixed component and the beta m bar, here beta is fixed but market return, this is the average market return times multiplied by the riskiness of the security. We multiply the riskiness of the particular security or beta of the security with the average market return, and when we sum them all, we get what is my total return expected from a security. Now here, for calculating beta under regression method, there is a formula. N sigma x y minus sigma x into sigma y divided by n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. This is the formula of beta if you have to calculate beta under regression model. So what is this beta? Beta is n. N means how many years observation is there. X and Y. So I have to find out which one out of this X and which one is Y. So we will consider the market returns to be X and individual stock return to be Y. Okay. So market return is X, individual stock return is Y. So I multiply X and Y. So that means I have to multiply these two values and sum them. And then I multiply individually the X. I mean I have to sum individually the X and sum individually the Y. And then take again sigma x square, means I have to take the square of this and sigma x whole square. So this is the formula we will see with the help of an example. So friends, if you have to calculate beta, you have this method. You also have this method. Under beta, under covariance, this formula. Beta under regression, this formula. So let's get started to solve beta with the help of an example. So I have a problem in front of you to understand how to calculate beta with the covariance method. Now let's start. So see here we have 5 years data. M represents the market returns, X represents the individual stock return, right? M for market, X for individual stock. Now the first job, only these three information are with you. First one is the year, the second one is the market returns, and the last one is the individual stock return. Given this information, how can we calculate beta? Now first job is that you write the formula of beta. The first job you have done, beta is equals to covariance between X and M divided by variance of M. Let's understand how to calculate covariance of X and M. First job is we will write the formula. Next from the formula let's find out what is required. Covariance between X and M. The formula of covariance between X and M is M minus M bar into X minus X bar divided by N. Now what is required? M minus M bar. Now M is the market but we don't have M bar. M bar means the average market returns. So I will first total these two. We get 27.41. Once I have the total 27.41, I get the M bar by dividing it with the number of observation, that is 5. So we got M bar equals to 5.48, right? So our M bar is with us. Similarly, we need X bar. We have the X values. We total the X values. We divide it by the number of observation 5. We get X bar 3.946. So we got X bar. Now what is required? M minus M bar means all these individual values should be subtracted from these values. 5.48. So I am written here M minus M bar. How did we get? 18.60 minus 5.48 minus 16.50 minus 5.48. This way we have done. This is the deviation. How much my individual values deviate from the mean value. Similarly, we have done how much my individual values of individual stock deviate from the mean returns of the stock. So we got this value. Next, we have to do the product. We have to multiply these two. Once we multiply, we get this. We sum them, we get sigma M minus M bar into X minus X bar. So this is our value 4667. So once I write here 4667, I have to divide it by number of observation, that is 5. We will see the value later. Now coming to finding variance. This is variance of M. For variance of M, we have to find out M minus M bar whole square. So we find out the square of these values. So square of these values and then we total it we get sigma m minus m bar whole square. So this is 5287. So what we will do, so variance is equals to sigma m minus m bar whole square. This also please write sigma. This is sigma. This is sigma m minus m bar into x minus x bar divided by n. So I have taken the summation of this 4667 by 5. Similarly, I take the sum of this. So I get 5287 and then I divide with number of observation which is equal to 5. So this value I have to find out. So I think I will take help of the calculator. So these two values we derived by dividing it with the number of observations. Now we will put it in the formula of beta. So it is 9334.4 divided by 1057.4. So if I calculate 933.4 divided by 1057.4, I get, just 1 minute, 1057.4, I get it is 0.88. So the value of beta derived is 0.88. So friends, if 0.88 is the value of beta, that means beta is less than 1. The value of beta is less than 1. That means this stock X is less risky. We can invest, those who are risk averse can think of investing in share X or stock X. So this is the method that we follow if we have to calculate beta with the covariance method. So this is the problem in front of us, the same problem. Now we will use regression method, and here you see you have the beta value to you. You have to find out the value of beta, and this is the formula which I have already told you. Now you see it is x, y, x, x, x. Now what is x and what is y? Remember, the market return we will take it is x, and the individual stock return we will take it is y. So if this is x, the sum of this will be sigma x. If this is y, the sum of this will be sigma y. Then I take the product of these two. This becomes sum of sum of x and y. This is x square, means square of these values. So I get sigma x square. And this is y square, the square of these values. So we get sigma y square. Now simply put it in the formula. We have n. N is number of observation 5. And then we have to multiply the product, sum of product, 4776. Then we have to minus it with sigma x, that is 27.41, and multiply with sigma y, that is 19.73. Then you have to divide with 5, and what is your x square? X square is this one, 5437. So, and then you take the sigma x whole square. So this whole square. So 27.41 whole square. If you simplify, then we will get the value of beta. Let me simplify. So you can see the product of this is written here. Product of this is written there. Product of this, product of this. When we simplify, we get this by this. So ultimately my beta is coming to 0.88, which is same as how we got under covariance method. Now friends, with this value of beta, you can also see if y bar is equals to alpha plus alpha of the security I plus, if you write here beta m bar, then if you want to know that, see, we got already the beta value. Okay, suppose I want to know what is my alpha. So alpha will be y bar minus beta times m bar. So this will be y bar. What is my average market return? My average market return, if I remember what we have already calculated there, alpha is equals to this minus this. So what is my y bar? Y bar is how much is my total returns from this stock. Average. This is bar. So average total return from the individual stock. So this was 3.95 as we have calculated a little back. This divided by number of observation 5. It was 3.95 minus beta. Just now we have calculated 0.88. And we write the average of the market returns. This divided by 5, we got 5.48. If we simplify, we get how much is my fixed return from the stock, right? So friends, this is the process by which we can estimate beta. But one thing you must have observed, that this x square was required, xy was required, but y square was not required. Why did I calculate this? This is because with the help of this information, you can find out R. R is the coefficient of correlation. Why we have to calculate R? This is secondary because our job is to find out beta. We calculated beta. But once this information are with you, you can calculate what is R. Now R is the same formula, n into sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y root over n sigma x whole square minus sigma x, n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square multiplied by n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. So now if these information are with you, if you place it here, if you put all these, n is 5, sigma xy is here, sigma x whole square is this, in sigma x square is this, sorry, this is sigma x only, so sigma x is this, sigma y is this. Okay, what I am calling sigma is actually summation. This is summation, sorry. N into sigma x square. So this is also there. Sigma x whole square. So I'll square it. So everything is in front of me. So this we can calculate. This is called coefficient of correlation. Now this value, if you find out, and if you square this value, if we square this r square, we call it r square. This is known as coefficient of determination. This is called coefficient of determination. Okay, that means it will tell you to what extent this model, this market model explains the total income of the particular stock. So if r square is very high, means this model is able to capture the relation between that is shown in this equation to the extent of that percentage. Suppose it is coming 0.88. So, or that means 88%. That means this model explains 88% of the variability of the returns. Okay. So, this is the concept. If you have this information, you can calculate coefficient of determination. And for coefficient of determination, you have to find out coefficient of correlation. Once you know the coefficient of correlation, you just square it, you get coefficient of determination. So that's a different thing, but how to calculate beta we have seen in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next video. Friends, this is all about how we have calculated the security riskiness by using total risk also as a measure, that is standard deviation and variance, and also by using beta. But very often the investors are not investing in one security, but they invest in portfolio. So in the next video, we will see how the risk is ascertained when there is a portfolio. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.